Hello everyone, welcome back to Spinta. Today, we're analyzing a high-level IELTS Academic Task 1 response for comparative pie charts, and you'll learn how to handle institutional comparisons with sophisticated analytical language. Comparative pie charts require different skills than single pie charts because the focus shifts from describing parts of a whole to analyzing differences between two systems or entities. Notice the precise introduction. Compare the funding structures of public and private universities, illustrating the percentage distribution of revenue sources. This immediately establishes the comparative framework and shows understanding of the analytical task. The overview demonstrates exceptional analytical thinking. Instead of just mentioning the highest percentages, it identifies the fundamental concept, fundamentally contrasting funding models, and funding priorities are essentially reversed. This systems-level analysis shows sophisticated understanding. Look at this brilliant insight, highlighting the distinct operational philosophies governing higher education financing. This goes beyond numbers to recognize that the data reflects different approaches to university management and funding philosophy. The organizational approach is highly effective. Rather than describing each pie chart separately, the writer presents one funding model, then contrasts it with the other, using phrases like in stark contrast and inverted model. Pay attention to the sophisticated language for describing dominance and proportion. We see constitutes the dominant revenue source, command the largest portion, constitute a substantial, and represent merely 3%. This variety creates precise, engaging descriptions. The comparative analysis is exceptionally strong throughout. Phrases like dramatically lower than their public counterparts and market-driven revenue streams, rather than governmental support, clearly establish the contrasts between the two systems. Notice the advanced vocabulary for describing institutional characteristics. Substantial state investment, philanthropic relationships, market-driven revenue streams, governmental support. This academic language demonstrates sophisticated understanding of higher education contexts. The response demonstrates excellent interpretation skills. Rather than just reporting percentages, it explains what they mean, reflecting the substantial state investment and demonstrating these institutions' dependence on student payments. The mathematical awareness is also sophisticated. The writer recognizes proportional relationships and uses phrases like merely 3% to emphasize the dramatic difference in government funding between the two university types. The conclusion brilliantly synthesizes the main difference: private universities, reliance on market-driven revenue streams, and philanthropic relationships rather than governmental support. This comprehensive statement captures the essential contrast. Throughout the response, the language shows understanding that these are institutional models with different philosophies, not just statistical comparisons. This contextual awareness elevates the analysis significantly. The use of business and educational vocabulary demonstrates domain knowledge. Revenue streams, operational philosophies, philanthropic support, state investment. This specialized language is exactly what examiners value. This response succeeds because it treats comparative pie charts as opportunities to analyze different systems and approaches rather than just reporting numerical differences. The analytical framework transforms data into insights about institutional models. When writing about comparative pie charts, always focus on the underlying systems or philosophies the data represents. Don't forget to subscribe and visit www.spinta.org for comprehensive practice.